Truckhouse life started as a vision unlike any other, a dream of turning away from the conventional in favor of adventure, freedom, and simplicity. Tyler and Todd, a couple from Canada, weren't just looking for a road trip, they were seeking transformation. Their idea was bold: to build their very own expedition truck from scratch and live off-grid while exploring the vast wilderness of North America. This wasn't just van life or RV travel. It was a meticulously planned and executed expedition-style overlanding journey. Their vehicle was a massive military-grade truck outfitted with solar panels, water tanks, a wood-burning stove, and all the comforts of home, compressed into a compact, movable space. As they documented their journey on YouTube, their passion and authenticity quickly resonated with a growing audience. Truckhouse Life became not just a channel, but a source of inspiration for thousands who dreamed of breaking away from the rat race and chasing something more meaningful. The couple's chemistry, the breathtaking landscapes, and the innovative DIY builds formed a compelling narrative that drew people in. Fans were captivated by their freedom, their ingenuity, and their courage to build a life on their own terms. In every video, there was a sense of wonder, of waking up to frozen lakes, climbing rugged mountains, or cooking a cozy dinner in a remote forest. It was a life most people could only imagine, and Tyler and Todd were living it together. But underneath the adventure and the dream, a more complex and ultimately heartbreaking reality would begin to unfold. From the very beginning, the Truckhouse wasn't just a vehicle, it was a symbol. Tyler and Todd took on the enormous task of building their truck home with their own hands. The process was grueling, involving long hours of research, physical labor, trial and error, and no shortage of setbacks. Yet, with each bolt tightened and wire connected, they were building more than just a truck. They were constructing a lifestyle and a shared future. Their build videos showcased not only their skill and creativity, but also their resilience as a couple. They faced harsh Canadian winters during construction, fought through technical challenges like wiring solar systems and installing plumbing, and managed to do it all on a tight budget. It was clear that every inch of that truck was infused with their love and hard work. Viewers became emotionally invested in the process, watching as this seemingly impossible dream slowly took shape. Tyler, with his engineering know-how, and Todd, with his artistic flair, complemented each other in a way that made the build not only functional but beautiful. The final product was nothing short of remarkable: a self-sustaining home on wheels, capable of braving the most rugged conditions. When they hit the road, it felt like a collective victory, for them and for everyone who had followed their journey. The Truckhouse wasn't just a place to sleep. It was the embodiment of two people's determination to live on their own terms. However, as they began to navigate life on the road, new challenges emerged. Challenges that no amount of planning or building could fully prepare them for. The truck they built was solid, but the emotional terrain ahead would prove far more difficult to navigate. The dream, once realized, would begin to test their relationship in ways they never anticipated. As the couple shared more of their journey online, their YouTube channel quickly became more than just a platform for showcasing their build and travels. It became a community. Fans from around the world flocked to their channel, drawn in by their genuine personalities, their raw storytelling, and the quiet beauty of their off-grid lifestyle. Comments poured in with messages of support, admiration, and even gratitude from viewers who found solace in their videos during difficult times. Tyler and Todd had unknowingly created a safe space where people could escape the chaos of modern life and find comfort in the peaceful simplicity of Truckhouse life. Their community grew not just because of their content, but because of their consistency, their openness, and their willingness to share both the highs and lows. It wasn't just about epic views and clever hacks. It was about the emotional honesty they brought to the screen. When they celebrated milestones, like finishing the build, hitting their first 100,000 subscribers, or surviving a harsh winter, fans celebrated with them. And when they shared vulnerable moments like arguments, burnout, or homesickness, their community responded with compassion. This bond between creator and viewer was rare and deeply meaningful, but it also came with a weighty responsibility. As their popularity increased, so did the pressure to constantly produce content, keep the narrative positive, and live up to the expectations of thousands of strangers. It was a pressure they rarely spoke about openly, but one that quietly began to shape their lives, and eventually unravel parts of it. They had become beacons of a lifestyle many longed for, but behind that image was the inescapable reality that they were human beings, struggling, adapting, and trying to hold everything together as the demands of digital life grew heavier with each passing day. From the outside, it seemed like Tyler and Todd were living the ultimate dream, traveling full-time in a vehicle they had built themselves, exploring the beauty of remote landscapes, and sharing their journey with an adoring audience. But behind the scenes, the pressures of this lifestyle were beginning to take a toll. Life on the road is not always the romantic escape it appears to be. Constant mechanical upkeep, unpredictable weather, limited space, and isolation from friends and family began to wear them down. The truck house, while beautifully designed, was still a tiny, confined space where every disagreement had nowhere to hide. With no personal space and few breaks from one another, even the smallest tensions could spiral into deeper conflicts. Added to this was the unrelenting demand to document everything for YouTube. Each moment, whether joyful or painful, was filtered through the lens of content creation. This blurred the line between personal life and performance, leaving little room for rest or authenticity. Tyler and Todd started to show signs of strain. Moments of silence on social media, delays in video uploads, and occasional emotional breakdowns captured on camera. Their once seamless partnership now seemed fragile, as the reality of constant motion and unspoken stress began to push them apart. Though viewers noticed the change in tone, many attributed it to the natural ebb and flow of any long journey. What wasn't visible on screen was the internal battle each of them was facing. Questions about identity, purpose, and whether their shared dream was still sustainable. What had once brought them closer was now beginning to create distance, and the dream of freedom on the road was slowly turning into a burden neither of them had anticipated. As weeks turned into months and months into years, the strain began to show in Tyler and Todd's relationship. The romanticized notion of being each other's everything, partner, co-worker, travel buddy, and support system, was being tested in the confines of their compact mobile home. Love, once spontaneous and joyful, began to feel like another task that needed managing amidst the chaos. They often found themselves communicating more for logistics, where to get water, what route to take, what needed repairing, rather than sharing heartfelt conversations or emotional connection. They became experts at presenting a united front for the camera, but behind the scenes, the gaps between them widened. Tyler's introverted nature and focus on functionality sometimes clashed with Todd's desire for creative expression and emotional openness. Misunderstandings became more frequent, and their coping strategies, whether it was retreating into silence or avoiding difficult topics, only deepened the emotional divide. Even their loyal viewers began to sense a shift. The spontaneous laughter, playful bickering, and affectionate gestures that once defined their dynamic slowly gave way to moments of forced smiles and subdued energy. Travel, once their escape, had become a daily stressor. What had made their relationship thrive, shared goals, teamwork, and mutual support, now felt like a source of fatigue. The road was taking its toll not just on their truck but on their hearts. And while they continued to document their journey, their followers could only see fragments of the truth. The full scope of the emotional cost, the painful, quiet unraveling of a love story born of a shared dream, remained mostly off camera. But in those fragments, the heartbreak was unmistakable. The breaking point didn't come with dramatic fanfare. It arrived quietly, over time, as a slow disintegration of emotional connection. For Tyler and Todd, there was no singular incident that shattered their partnership. It was a series of small, painful realizations that they were drifting apart. The pressures of sustaining truck house life, maintaining an online presence, and constantly being in motion eventually wore them down to their core. Their truck, once a labor of love, now felt like a cage where they were confined by expectations, both from their audience and from each other. The intimate details of their struggles remained mostly private, but the growing silence on their channel spoke volumes. Followers noticed fewer uploads, vaguer updates, and a noticeable lack of the energy and intimacy that had once made their videos so special. Rumors swirled, comments speculated, and longtime fans watched with concern. Eventually, the inevitable was confirmed. Tyler and Todd were going their separate ways. It was a heartbreak not only for them, but for the community they had built. For so long, their story had been a symbol of what was possible. Love, adventure, and freedom rolled into one. The reality, however, was that such a life demands more than just passion and hard work. It requires emotional endurance, adaptability, and a shared ability to grow in the same direction. Their separation marked the end of an era, not just for truckhouse life, but for the dream they had built and shared with the world. And while the pain of that ending lingered in the hearts of their viewers, it also offered a poignant reminder: even the most beautiful journeys can come to a heartbreaking close. After the emotional split, Tyler and Todd faced a new, uncertain chapter in their lives, one without the shared dream that had once defined them so fully. The breakup wasn't just the end of a relationship, it was the dismantling of the life they had painstakingly built together inside that truck and on the road. Suddenly, the open highways, the breathtaking vistas, and the promise of adventure felt different, empty in ways that no landscape could fill. Tyler and Todd each had to confront their individual identities, separate from the partnership that had carried them so far. For Tyler, this meant finding ways to reconnect with himself outside the relentless demands of content creation and the truck life. He began to explore more grounded routines and personal projects that brought him solace and a sense of control. Todd, on the other hand, turned inward, grappling with the emotional fallout and trying to redefine what freedom and creativity meant for him independently. The YouTube community that had once celebrated their joint journey now watched as both creators navigated this transition. Some followers felt a sense of loss, while others found new empathy and respect for the courage it took to face such profound change publicly. Both Tyler and Todd shared their reflections in videos and posts, acknowledging the pain but also emphasizing growth, healing, and the hope for new beginnings. Though their paths had diverged, the spirit of Truckhouse life, the pursuit of authenticity, connection, and adventure, remained embedded in their stories. Their separation became a powerful reminder that dreams evolve, and sometimes letting go is part of moving forward. The aftermath was bittersweet, marked by both sorrow and resilience, a testament to the complexity of human relationships and the challenges of living a life so exposed. As fans continued to follow their individual journeys, many found inspiration in the honesty and vulnerability both Tyler and Todd displayed. Life after separation wasn't easy, but it opened the door to new possibilities and a deeper understanding of themselves and what it means to live freely. The story of Truckhouse life is much more than a tale of adventure and heartbreak. It is a profound lesson in the realities of chasing unconventional dreams. Tyler and Todd's journey reveals how passion and vision alone aren't always enough to sustain a lifestyle that demands so much emotionally, physically, and mentally. From their initial excitement building the truck to the eventual strain that fractured their relationship, there are countless takeaways for anyone dreaming of living off-grid, on the road, or simply outside the box. One key lesson is the importance of communication and space, even in the closest partnerships. The confined quarters and constant proximity of their truck home left little room for personal downtime or processing emotions privately, which compounded stress and tension. Another lesson lies in balancing the joy of adventure with the practical demands of maintenance and self-care. The endless upkeep of their truck, weather challenges, and managing a public persona added layers of difficulty that weren't always apparent in the polished videos shared online. Viewers also saw how the pressure of social media can blur lines between genuine living and performance, sometimes at great cost to well-being. Perhaps the most poignant lesson is the recognition that freedom on the road comes with trade-offs, and that the dream itself can evolve or even end without it being a failure. Tyler and Todd's willingness to share their highs and lows gave their community a rare, authentic glimpse into the complexity of this lifestyle. Their story encourages others to pursue their dreams thoughtfully, to prepare for the unexpected, and to prioritize emotional health alongside ambition. In reflecting on their experience, it's clear that the heartbreak was not just about a relationship ending, but about the challenges inherent in living a radically different life. Truckhouse life stands as a testament to courage, creativity, and the human spirit, and its lessons resonate far beyond the confines of any truck or YouTube channel. The journey of Tyler and Todd on Truckhouse life was not just a personal saga. It deeply affected their loyal community of followers who had come to see them as friends, mentors, and symbols of a freer, more intentional way of living. Over the years, the channel cultivated a devoted fan base that eagerly awaited each new video, eager to share in the couple's triumphs and challenges alike. When the cracks in their relationship began to show, and especially after their separation, many viewers felt a profound emotional impact. Comments and messages poured in, some expressing heartbreak and sadness, others offering words of support and encouragement. For many followers, Truckhouse life was more than entertainment. It was a source of inspiration and hope. The idea that two people could build something extraordinary together, chase wild dreams, and live authentically resonated deeply with viewers who were themselves searching for meaning beyond conventional life. The couple's openness about their struggles, including mental health, relationship difficulties, and the pressures of maintaining a digital presence helped to destigmatize these conversations within the community. Fans found comfort in knowing that even those who seemed to have it all together faced real hardships. This vulnerability fostered a sense of connection and empathy that transcended the screen. The breakup and aftermath prompted many to reflect on their own relationships and the importance of communication and self-care. It also sparked discussions about the realities of living a nomadic lifestyle, how beautiful moments are often balanced by unseen challenges. The community's response was a reminder that behind every social media story are complex human experiences. While Tyler and Todd's paths diverged, their shared journey left a lasting legacy, one that continues to influence and inspire people worldwide to pursue their dreams with both courage and honesty. Their story underscores the power of storytelling to build genuine community, even in the face of heartbreak. As Tyler and Todd close the chapter on their shared journey, the legacy of Truck House Life remains a powerful and enduring testament to the complexity of dreams, love, and the human spirit. While their story began as an inspiring adventure of building a home on wheels and exploring the wild, it evolved into something much deeper, a raw, honest exploration of the costs and rewards of living authentically. The breakup marked a difficult but necessary turning point, allowing both to rediscover themselves and embrace new paths. For Tyler, this meant focusing on personal growth, healing, and perhaps quieter, more grounded adventures that emphasize stability alongside freedom. For Todd, it represented an opportunity to reclaim creative expression and find balance outside of shared expectations. Despite the painful end to their relationship, the values that Truck House Life embodied, courage, resilience, innovation, and the pursuit of freedom, continue to resonate with their community and beyond. The channel's extensive archive remains a source of knowledge and inspiration for those yearning to break free from conventional norms and craft a life on their own terms. Their story serves as a cautionary yet hopeful reminder that the journey toward one's dreams is rarely linear or perfect. It requires adaptability, communication, and a willingness to face hard truths. Perhaps most importantly, Tyler and Todd showed that it's okay to let go when a dream no longer serves the well-being of those involved. In doing so, they paved the way for new beginnings, both for themselves and for their followers. Truck House. Life's impact endures because it's a human story, full of joy, heartbreak, struggle, and triumph. It's a story that invites viewers to reflect on their own lives, to cherish their relationships, and to pursue their passions with both realism and hope. As they each move forward separately, Tyler and Todd leave behind a legacy of authenticity and inspiration that will continue to motivate adventurers and dreamers for years to come.